Alright, so if you know me, if you know anything about me, then you know that I have always had an interest in astrology, and I just wanted to speak from a place of the node, and specifically those who have Aquarius on the south node and Leo on the north node. Now, every video you're gonna see is gonna very accurately tell you that this is your life where you need to participate because you have observed enough. So when you have Aquarius on the south node, you were probably had a childhood where the focus was on how well you can think, how well you can criticize, how well you can constructive criticism, right? Or like how well you can compute, how well you can, basically the focus was on analysis, the focus was on helping other people, the focus was on community, the focus was on working as a group. And you may have been in an environment where it was extremely important for you to be intelligent, or you may have been in an environment where it felt like you didn't have the resources to be intelligent enough, in return made you overanalyze, over process. Probably lots of moments where as a kid you felt like you were outcasted, probably carried on into adulthood where it felt like you always wanted to be a part of these friendships, you always wanted to be a part of these groups, you always wanted to be around and surrounded by other people that thought like you, but it seemed like everywhere you looked, you were so unique in every room that you went. Like, for example, maybe you were extremely analytical and logical and you were always in a room with creatives, or maybe you were extremely creative and you were always in a room with people that were analytical and extremely logical and made you feel bad for being creative. Or maybe you grew up in a family where you were the one that was breaking a chain or doing something that maybe it was a family business and you decided that you wanted to go your separate way. As an Aquarius south node, you may have been put in a lot of predicaments where it felt like you were an outcast to a certain group, and it happened over and over and over again and created this overall distrust for people. And it's very much a contradiction because you are such a humanitarian. You may have felt like someone who always wanted to put other people first, other people before you, extremely mannerable, extremely following the rules, extremely rigid, extremely, all those things where it felt like you had to be following this handbook or this guide, or this is how you be a great person, or this is how you become whatever. Just like a whole lot of rules and a whole lot of put in a lot of positions where it's like you are last, or not really thought about as much, or just middle child, or whatever the case may be, or maybe even eldest child, older sibling. And you wanted desperately to relate with something, you wanted desperately to be a part of a group, and because you were constantly outcasted, you felt, okay, I hate everyone, I hate everything, nothing ever works out for me, everybody always leaves me, no one understands me, no one gets me. And you might look at the scope of things and be like, this is a joke, like what are we even here for, what is life even about, who wrote this shit? And my advice for you is that when you have Leo on the north node, you have to turn off that part that is overly analytical and that's overly processing, and you have to do more things and little actions where you can actually participate more. Your voice does matter. Your thoughts are beyond anything. I know you're probably a person who's great at writing, great at poetry, has a million different talents, and is naturally good at everything. And you don't know you don't even understand how cool that is. You just think, oh yeah, that's kind of what I do. I know everything about everything and I'm really good at everything that I set my mind to. Well, this is me coming to you as a friend. You have to stand out more, even if it feels uncomfortable. I know with you feel like, oh, I just want to play the back, I just want to chill, I just want to sit back and relax, I don't want nobody eyes on me, because it comes from a deep fear of judgment and being extremely empathetic. You can feel when people are thinking about you, but it doesn't really matter if anybody is thinking about you. No one gives a fuck. You have to think I don't give a fuck, they don't give a fuck about me, and who cares if they give a fuck? okay? You have to tap into an energy of, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. You have to tap into, I am here for a purpose. I'm here to share. I'm here to express. I'm here to create. I'm here to love. I'm here to be passionate. I'm here to break free. I'm here to be independent. I'm here to roar. I'm here to, like, you have to really tap into that Leo energy. And for example, how you can go through this and how you can go into this is by looking at examples of people that have a similar node as you, especially if you can look at a superstar or like a similar path, because chances are there are going to be a lot of similarities. For me, my favorite person that is extremely inspirational when it comes to tapping into Leo North Node energy is Beyonce. And using Beyonce as an example, she was a part of Destiny's Child, which was a girl group. She sung, you know, lead vocals for a minute until it became 3 people a part of the group, and all 3 people were able to sing lead vocals. So what eventually happened was she was constantly trying to, I truly believe that she wanted to start her independent solo career way earlier than she initially planned to, but because of the fact, you know, of the other girls in the group, she had to be considerate. Once she branched out as a solo artist, it was a song that really changed the music industry forever with Crazy in Love, and a lot of people decided to copy the formula and profit off of it. A lot of girls in the same industry decided to copy the formula. They got lighter hair, they started screaming on tracks, they started working with the similar production team that she had, and all met with various levels of success. And at the end of the day, Beyonce is such a distinct artist that it was hard to replicate, because having someone that could perform the way that she could with that voice was just such a rare combo. Being able to dance the way that she could, very much like Tina Turner, very much just powerhouse, and deciding to step out on that foot. It's so interesting because I feel like her Leo North Node really paints the story for like how she acts as a person, because Leo also rules romance. We knew from the start she was always with her significant other, even back then, even if they didn't show up, but she kept it very private. With Leo North Node, it's a similar story, and if you want to experiment with tapping into the Leo North Node energy, you could experiment with hairstyles. You could try lightening your hair like to a blonde, honey blonde, a red, ginger, just like lioness colors. And you could also work with sparkly garments, tones like gold, tones like maybe even silver, to just kind of like tap into a different potential and really shine the way that you want to, and get out of that mind state of you always being overly critical and judgmental. Really tapping into that Leo North Node energy is, you'll start to see things open up in just like a fun, because I feel like with the Aquarius on the South Node, you have a tendency to play small, or just not necessarily intentionally. You're just like, oh, I'm just a chill girl, just a chill guy. Like, you're just chilling, but fix your posture and step into the room like you were summoned. You know what I mean? That's how you gotta go. That's how you gotta be when you have Leo on the North Node, because even if you have no intention to step into a room like that, that's how everybody saw you step into the room. Just face it. You're hot, you're sexy, you're fun. You have to embrace it instead of trying to hide it or conceal it or be rigid about it. Like, you have to step in to who God made you. Step into who the higher power made you to be. Step into who your higher self is. Step into who the universe really wants you to be. And at the end of the day, it's about finding a balance between those two energy. For all my bitches with Aquarius on the South Node, I hope this video helped you to kind of tap into that Leo North Node energy a little more. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll chat in another video.